First thing, obviously, you know what I'm going to say. This is child abuse, and everybody, all the adults in that room, in that video, should be going to prison. In a sane and just society, what you would see in that video at the end are a bunch of police officers breaking the door down and cuffing those people and throwing them in the paddy wagon and bringing them to jail. That's what should happen. And if you somehow don't agree or you don't see how this is child abuse, then keep in mind that drag shows are burlesque. It's burlesque, except that the only difference is that it's men pretending to be women. Well, let me ask you, do you think it'd be appropriate to bring a 6-year-old to a burlesque show in Vegas with women?
Kitty Demure is a drag performer, and she joins me now. So, Kitty, you don't perform in front of children, do you?
No, nor would I. And thanks for having me, Jesse. No, if I was performing for an audience and I saw a child, I would walk out.
So why do these drag queens keep foisting these performances on children?
Well, a lot of the performers, I can only speak for the performers. A lot of them are just like low-level wage workers. If you notice, some of them aren't the most beautiful, the most talented. They're typically from a local club or dive bar, and they're just doing it for the tips and the money that they're getting.
So they're doing it for the money, so I guess it's the parents who are booking these drag queens to perform in front of their young children.
Well, right. The drag queen is just, giving them what they want. I mean, the market is there. I've gone against heterosexual parents saying, this is all your fault. I mean, you can't complain. And, when it's your own kind that are actually creating these events and, letting them go on.
So you're saying heterosexual parents you've spoken to and challenged them. What do they say when you say, why the heck are you booking drag queens for your young kids?
They think they're being inclusive. They think that they're teaching them some kind of valuable lesson. And I've asked them, what is the lesson to be learned to see a man dressed up, wearing a wig, and being sexual in front of your child? We used to arrest men like that.
So you're right. Like, you wouldn't hire a professional stripper, like a regular looking stripper, to perform in front of a 6-year-old. Why would they be hiring a man dressed as a woman stripper to perform in front of a 6-year-old?
I don't know. I'll tell you, honestly, I think it has something to do with using drag as a transition or as a gateway to trans kids, to make them think it's fun, pretty, magical, fantastical. And I just think big pharma, corporations, they're pushing it. And honestly, I just think it's to make more money for big pharma.
So it's profitable. Yeah, we've covered that. Sponsorship out in California, how they're doing sex change operations, and they're involved in some of these local school events. All right, Kitty, thanks for joining us. Next week, we're going to have a drag performer who actually thinks it's okay to perform in front of children. We're fair and balanced here. Yeah, you're going to be on the edge of your seat. Thank you so much for coming on Primetime.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
But there's another thing I want to focus on in that video. And that's the men in the background. You saw that whole line of men sitting at tables with big, stupid grins on their face, watching while this happens. And I really believe that the story of child exploitation in our culture and the proliferation of child sexual abuse, the normalization of it, the mainstreaming of it, is largely a story of men, of fathers and of husbands failing to do their job as men.